Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Erin Rumley. For those of you that don't know me, we're going to go over the adaptive entry system performance for both today, Friday, November 4th, and then also yesterday, Thursday, November 3rd. It was a very productive day today with our AES signals. You can see how we just cycled. We had short signals and long signals mixed up throughout the day today. Very productive day. As a reminder, with the AES signals, T is for trend bias. It means the second blue or the second red bar. T plus is a continuation of that trend. So when Cycle Finder Plus realigns itself to the trend, crossing up for a long trend, a blue bar, and crossing down for a short trend, a red bar. And then C is our consensus signals aligning with the price bar and all the lower indicators. And then M are our momentum trades, generally taking place in the buy or the sell zones, and seeing usually their counter trend trade, seeing movement against the current trend. So we take time and we trade and we track these. We track the signals from 3 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then we update our personal trading plan. And we advise you to be updating your personal trading plan every single day as well. Before we get to the personal trading plan, we'll look at what the performance results were for the past 2 days. So I have up December 3rd. You can see, I know there's a few of you that like to take a screenshot of the signals, compare them to your own tracking. Here we have first trade was a long trend bias at 7. Of course, there's ones prior to that, but for the 7 o'clock and on, first was the long trend bias. This is yesterday. And then last trade was at 3 o'clock for the long consensus. And then for today, first trade at 7 o'clock was a short consensus. And then our last trade at 244 was long fractal, but the last AES signal to come on was the 230 continuation trade. So when we look at the daily summary, we can see that our 9:30 to noon category that we track all signals, trading all AES signals, no fractals, but trading all AES signals from 9:30 to noon Eastern time. Yesterday was a pretty flat day, ended up positive, but just only 5 points. However, you could see the day before we ended up 50 points. This whole week has been what we're used to. We had a little bit of a rough patch the prior week with it being a holiday week. That's not unusual for a holiday week. But then this week we had 30 points on Monday, 15 on Tuesday. Wednesday was 50, Thursday was 5, and then today was 70 points. Only trading from 9:30 to noon, so limited trading, and then taking all the signals, all the AES signals. So it averages about a little over 18 points a day. And then the other category that we track on our personal trading plan is a longer time frame, but limiting it to only 2 signals. So from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, the trend bias trades and the continuation of the trend trades. Both of these categories are once you get above 5 points, so about 5.5 points of profit, you're locking in 5 points. If it comes back those 2 ticks and takes you out for 5 points of profit, then that's what we record. Otherwise, if it keeps moving higher, as a few of them did today, continue to move higher, we ended up taking 10 points on quite a few trades. So then we take those 10 points if it doesn't come back to take us out at the 5 points. So 7 to 4 trend bias and continuation signals. You can see yesterday was 40 points. Today was 37 and 3/4. This was a little bit higher, but then we had that last continuation trade. It wasn't a full stop out, but it was a reversal. So we ended up giving back 18.5 points. I know the majority of the live trading room had stopped trading at this point. They had taken their profits, plugged it into their trading plan, and were done for the day. And then other categories that I like to keep track of are the 7 to 4 all signals. So it's very similar to this first category, except it's trading from 7 to 4 instead of 9:30 to noon. That was 101 3/4 points today. This is our biggest performing category, the 7 to 4 all signals, 101 3/4 points. And then some of our live trading room members also include fractals trades with their AES signals. It added a few points for today, 116.5 points. And you can see on our averages, this is where we keep track then of the averages of those. And so our 9:30 to noon all signals, that's this line right here. You can see our daily average is about almost $362 with a win-loss rate of 77%. And then the 7 to 4 trend bias and continuation is up $539.02 daily average, which is 73% win-loss ratio. And then, as I mentioned, our biggest performance is really the all signals, or the all signals including fractals, trading all day, 7 to 4. All signals, no fractals is averaging a little over $1,000 a day. And all signals, including fractals, is a little over $1,400 a day. Both of them have very similar win-loss rates, 74 and then 73.7%. So let's go ahead and fill in our personal trading plan for the past 2 days. We recommend that you do this throughout the market day and especially at the end of the market day to see where you are on, and if you're still on track for the 12-month forecast that is ideal for your account. Both of these categories that we're tracking both started with a $5,000 account. Both never risked more than 10% of the account balance, and never trades more than 3 contracts at a time. You can always scale that higher, but for what we're representing, 3 contracts is what we're stopping at. So let's go over here and record the profits for the past 2 days. So this is for the all signals 9:30 to noon category. We ended up positive 5 points yesterday on NQ, which is what we're trading. $20 a point is what it equals to. And then we are trading 3 contracts, so it's $300 of profit. And then the amount of contracts, the amount of round trip trades that we made, there were 10 trades. I'm sorry, there were 9 trades. And then we have 3 contracts, so that's 27 contracts. So even though we didn't make much, we ended up still net positive for the day. It wasn't a loss. And then we'll lock in the 3 contracts that we traded yesterday. And then for today, we did 70 points. Again, NQ, each point is worth $20. Trading 3 contracts is $4,200. Today there were 10 trades, so 30 contracts total since we're trading 3 contracts. And so now what we look at is our run rate, what we're currently averaging. These cells in E2 and E3 are not a straight average. It's not just an average of all the profitable days and average of all the losing days. It actually weighs how many losing days we have per how many weeks we've been trading. Because our forecast is for 1 losing day per week, we have to weight these when the amount of losing days is greater than the amount of weeks that we've been trading. And this is a formula that then, as our averages change, as the amount of losing days changes with the amount of weeks that we have, all of a sudden we have 3 or 4 weeks of straight wins and we have no losing days. It will help weight the number correctly, weight our averages correctly, the wins and the losses. So we're going to update our trading plan. With the performance we saw the past couple days, we're actually seeing a favorable change. So our profit is going to go from 23.80 to 24.17. And our winning days is going to go from a loss of 35.17 to 34.53. And so it increases our 12-month forecast just a little bit. We went from about 181,000 to 185,000. And the more days that we have, we've been doing this for 22 weeks, I find the less impact it has on this 12-month forecast. It sways a couple thousand here, a couple thousand there, but it's just basically 1 to 2% that it's really changing, because we're looking at a 12-month forecast of 185,000. So we're still on track, again, all starting just with a $5,000 account. The current account balance is up to $73,000, almost $74,000, and our 12-month forecast is $185,720. So I know that the last week, with it being a holiday week, was a little rough. You're going to have rough patches in here. You're going to have losing days. You're going to have losing weeks. It's a reality of trading. But then you're also going to have winning weeks where this entire week, not a single day was a losing day for the 9:30 to noon all signals category. So continuing to track this, continuing to track our overall performance here. And we'll see how this continues to adjust and change as we continue to track and record our actual performance. And then looking at our trend bias and continuation signals, this is from 7 to 4, so a little bit more of that full-time trading. And we'll lock these in. So yesterday on the trend bias and continuation, we ended up positive 40 points. Again, on NQ, each point is $20, and we're trading 3 contracts at a time. We've scaled up to 3 contracts. So it's $2,400 of profit. We had a total of 11 trades. Again, we're trading 3 contracts, so that's 33 total contracts. And then for today, it was 37 3/4 points of profit, $20 a point, and then 3 contracts is $2,265 a profit. The amount of contracts traded, or the amount of trades taken, were 12 on 3 contracts. That's 36 total contracts. And so now we'll come back over here and see if we need to adjust our forecast at all. And so just as like the other category, because we were beating our profit averages this week, we actually get to adjust our losing days down and our winning days up just slightly. You can see there's not much difference between our current average winning days and average losing days and what we're forecasting out. And that's because we have all of this data so far. We have 22 weeks of data. And so the more that you factor in, especially when we're right around the winning points, 37.8 and 35.35, it's not going to affect it as much, but we'll adjust. So we'll see how this number changes. 281,000 is where it's at now. So 3165 and a losing days of 3286. So it went up to 284,000. Again, just really about 1% or 2% of change here in this overall number. And that's what we've continued to see with our 12-month forecast. And that's because I believe that our forecast is pretty spot on based on all the averages that we have of the tracking that we've done and the record keeping of our trades and performances. We're going to have losing days, we're going to have losing weeks, we're going to have winning weeks. But overall, we're sitting right around this average amount. And so it's not significantly affecting our 12-month forecast. So just like the other category, we started with $5,000 balance, never risking more than 10% of that balance, never trading more than 3 contracts. We've already grown the account to 115,000. And then our 12-month forecast is projecting us to 284,000. So just a little bit of an adjustment, both favorable adjustments with our 2 categories that we're tracking on our personal trading plan, bumped up our 12-month forecast just a couple thousand on both of them. And we'll continue to track and continue to record and adjust these numbers as necessary as we continue to have numbers factoring into our averages. So overall, pretty good forecast. I mean, you can see exactly where we have already gotten to. 115,000, again, starting with 5,000, and we've been doing this for 22 weeks, so about half a year. And of course, you can absolutely withdraw funds. This personal trading plan allows you to factor that in. So let's say you wanted to take out 50,000. I have enough zeros. You're still trading 3 contracts at a time because we're trading 10%, no more than 10% of the account balance, and taking 50,000 out of 100,000 plus gets you to still 65,000. So I think when we went to 3 contracts, we were around 15, 20,000. So with us now to 100,000, you can absolutely take funds out, make a big purchase or a different kind of investment, but this still allows you to help scale forward with the projection that you have and the amount of contracts that you should trade based on your percent amount of the balance you want to risk. See if there's anything else. Take a look at the daily summary again. This is a great week. Today was a great day too. I know a lot of our live trading room members called it quits early. They made their profits fairly quickly, fairly early in the day. I think it was around 10 or 10:30, even just a little bit after market open. I was telling everybody, check where your profits are, put them in your personal trading plan, see if you still like that 12-month forecast. It's always a good idea to end on a positive note on a Friday. Makes your weekend a lot better to end on a win instead of giving back the profits of that you've accumulated so far, especially when they're easy profits like they were this morning. We were just, look at the 9:30. So first trade after 9:30 was 9:35. You can see we just had 5, 5, 10, 5, 10, 5. A little bit of a give back here, but that's a fractal trade. But even so, made it back quickly with the next 2 trades. It was very easy this morning to take profits. And so we'll continue to trade AES. AES performance is available, or AES, well, yes, the performance. All of these recordings, what I'm going through and doing right now, are all available to you at newcycletrading.com/trade results. So you can view all of our tracking on there, really since we started doing these recordings. So you can view all of them there, see how we've progressed through some difficult times, and of course through days like today, which were fun to trade, high performance days. And then AES is available also to have on your own computer. You just need a TradingView account, and to purchase the AES subscription, that's also available on the newcycletrading.com website as well. This is one of my favorite indicators to trade. It seems to adapt to any type of market. Even when the market's a little bit sideways, there's still profit potential there. Even on days that we're recording as losses because we continue to trade exactly through 9:30 to noon, there are profit opportunities if you stopped earlier. And so there's always that real world scenario that you can bring to your own trading. That's what I love about AES. On this 5-minute chart, it's just so simple. Even when I'm down, even when I maybe start the day down, I know that there's profit opportunity, and there's going to be profit opportunity through the day. And if I end up having a losing day, there's always the next day. And you can see that just based on our personal trading plan as well. You can see how the account has grown. It's one of my favorite indicators and strategies to trade is AES. It's just so simple. And I feel like it takes the emotion out of it as well, because I can see the consistency of the results. Emotions in trading is always the biggest hurdle, in my opinion, to get over, but AES definitely helps. And of course, being part of our live trading room community, where we are there helping you identify the signals, identifying any adjustments to stops or the trades. It's a good group to be in, because we're there with you. We're taking a losing trade with you. You're not alone through this, and we're here to help you stay calm and keep the emotion out, and just continue to trust the signals and trade the signals. So that's it for today's review on the adaptive entry system. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you on Monday.